Hi ladies and gentlemen, Warnuri back here again. The topic that I'm going to be discussing in this video, I think it's going to be a short one, is the occult effects of sleep, or the occult consequences of sleep. I'm simply going to be discussing how sleep basically affects someone, and how sleep basically affects someone in an occult sense, and everything revolving around it or relating to it. Something that you guys might have noticed, or that something that is generally known amongst people, this isn't just occultists, is that a lot of people, for example, get visits or visitations via sleep, or when they're asleep. You know, people that have zero interest in the occult, or zero experience in the occult, or anything relating to clairvoyance overall. For example, a woman is asleep and she dreams that that someone comes to visit her in her dreams, you name it, anything from that relating to, even for example, dead men or dead husbands visiting their wives in their sleep, and having sex with them that way. You know, all of these things happen. You're talking about mundane people, they experience stuff like this. Almost everything of a clairvoyant nature is experienced when they're asleep. Okay, and you might think to yourself, why is that the case? You know, why not when they're awake? Why is it solely when they're asleep? And that's what I'm going to explain here. Okay, the thing is, I already explained in my video called the spiritual composition of man, that man consists of a physical body, an astral body, and your soul, okay, which is basically your mental body. Your astral body, I discussed in that, or I already stated in that your astral body stores all emotions that you're familiar with. Okay, emotions or energy, anger, pain, pleasure, fear, hate, and so on. All emotions that you experience as either positive or negative in daily life and existence. The thing is that when you go to sleep, okay, you're kind of like in a your body is in a dormant state, your physical body, and your astral body too, but to a lesser extent. Your astral body is basically somewhat afloat, let's just say afloat to semi-afloat, and your physical body too, but to a significantly more extent. Okay, it's almost, being asleep is almost like being dead. The only difference is that being dead is a permanent state, a permanent terminal state of one's physical body, whereas being asleep is simply it's like your physical body being on hold. Okay, literally just going dormant, the same way that a computer can go into sleep mode or a sleep stasis, in which everything is still running, but it is heavily minimized in order to consume power, or to conserve power. I mean, that's the way it works. And your astral body also behaves like that, but only to a limited extent. The thing is that once your physical body finds itself in such a deep dormant state, your astral body, it's a lot easier to reach your astral body, and that's why a lot of spirits or spiritual entities reach out to people when they're asleep, because it's easiest to do so when you're asleep. Okay, it's the easiest to do so when you're asleep. They don't have to worry about your physical body and you being grounded when you're awake in your physical body. Okay, to going through that barrier. For them, it's all about conserving energy as much as possible. So it's easy to do something. Okay, it's easy to do something like that when you find yourself in such a comatose state. And that's so hence that. Okay, and that's why basically these kind of things happen. Another thing that you also might experience, although not all of them, I'm one of these people, but not all of them, is while for example, when you wake up, for example, whether it's a nap or just an extensive amount of time that you've slept, when you wake up, that you feel kind of jarred. You know, you feel either burdened, you feel astrally heavy. Okay, you feel you simply feel unwell. You feel like you've been hit by a train almost, and it's not physical. Your physical body feels fine and everything, but you feel mentally, to put it that way, you feel mentally, which is astrally in reality. Okay, in the context of the topic that I'm discussing, you feel jarred astrally. This is also normal. Okay, and think about what I said. Your astral body stores all emotions and all energies. Okay, that are either positive or negative from your perspective. Your astral body, to a lesser extent, also goes into a comatose state. but a significantly lesser extent compared to your physical body. When your astral body, okay, when your physical body awakes, when you awake, your physical body as well as your astral body both awaken, and your astral body basically it also gets out of that comatose state, and as a result, all the energies accompanied with it, all the energies that it has stored, basically come to life again. You know, to put it that way, it's like, which can come off as jarring, especially negative energies, either from past experiences or current experiences, or just general character traits that you have, just general character traits that you possess that are part of your physical body, part of your astral body. And that's basically it. You should think of it in this way. I'm going to give you guys a good example. It's like when you have a wound, right? Let's just say you have a wound on your physical body. You have let's just say you got a gash or a cut wound or a flesh wound on your right arm. Doesn't matter. You're wounded in any case. When you go to sleep, obviously in your comatose state, you won't feel anything. You don't feel that. Okay? When will you feel it? That sleep basically offers you relief, temporary relief from said wound. When will you feel it again, and when will it hurt the most? When you've just woken up. That's the case, generally speaking. And why do you think that's the case? The second you wake up, okay, your body is awake again, and you're reminded of the fact that you have a wound. You immediately feel that wound, and it hurts. It hurts. It hurts a bit, at the very least, a bit more than when you're awake, generally speaking, just during the course of the day. That is the case because, like I just told you, your physical body wakes up again. It comes out of that comatose state, and basically every affliction that your physical body has immediately becomes self-aware again. Okay, as the saying goes, what you don't know can't hurt you, and despite the fact that it is still happening to you. And it's the same for one's astral body, okay? If you suffered some kind of trauma, or you possess some kind of negative character trait that that just makes you feel unwell, okay, psychologically, when you go to sleep, okay, it provides you with temporary relief, although to a lesser extent. The second you wake up, okay, immediately all of that energy, negative energy, okay, is going to, all of those negative emotions or that negative energy, boom, is going to awaken the same way that you've awoken. And yeah, you're going to experience it firsthand. Again, this doesn't apply to everyone, obviously, but it does apply to some people that have it either as a natural character trait or people that are simply burdened, you know, psychologically. With me, I am not burdened. I wouldn't call it that, but this is just for me. This is just part of who I am. Aside from the fact that I have neurosis as a character trait, I also, based on my work and my negative past experiences, the afflictions, psychological afflictions that I have acquired or have suffered, based on that are also of an occult nature, which I have explained in videos in the past, called The Dangers of the Occult and so on a video in the past. The adversities that I faced in the past and so on, all of that stuff, not all of it, but let's just say remnants of it alongside my neurosis, also comes splashing back, to put it that way, when I wake up. Every time I go to sleep, basically, whenever I wake up, for me, it's literally like, it's not bad, okay? It used to be a lot worse when I was first starting off as a magician, because my astral body was also aching due to the fact that it was expanding, you know? Based on all my magical activity, my astral body still had to catch up to all the energies that I was taking in and that I allowed to, I either allowed or didn't allow to seep through me or to flow through me in my work. Now I've grown significantly stronger, so I'm used to it almost, and my astral body has also grown significantly stronger, and I'm able to, it makes the load a lot lighter to carry. But still, whenever I wake up in the morning time, or whenever I just go to sleep, and when I wake up, it's just I still feel negative emotions go through me for a brief second. We're talking about anger and so on, and a bunch of other negative emotions. Okay, but again, that's only for a brief moment. But it still happens nevertheless, and neuroses too. Okay, basically negative experiences from the past, either from the recent past or something that happened 20 years ago, you name it. Stuff like that happens, but in my case it happens because of, just like I said, natural character traits, which is for me neurosis. Okay, which causes a repeat pattern in psychological emotional energy, which just repeats itself. Okay, even when I'm awake sometimes throughout the day, I'll get flashbacks of things that happened to me 15 years ago, or either half a year ago, you name it. Just out of nowhere a thought will come popping up in my head. That is neurosis. And for the rest, it's just like I said, okay, either past experiences, especially negative experiences, and so on. Okay, positive too, but more emphasis is laid on negative things. Generally speaking, the positive things don't really bother you. It's the negative things that bother you, the negativity that you've experienced in the past that still haunts you, metaphorically speaking. Again, for me, it's no different. Okay, it's just a daily grind for me, and honestly, I've gotten used to it almost. Okay, now, of course, I don't want it, but progress is coming along, and I have no problem. Even if I had to stay this way the rest of my life, no issue. And like I said, it has gotten significantly better because I've also grown significantly. In the past, in the beginning, let's just say a year ago, it was really horrible. Every morning when I woke up, I had like half an hour where I just had a tidal wave of negative emotions come over me: anger, hatred, resentment. Okay, a bunch of memories bombarded me of enemies that I faced in the past, people that tried to hurt me or people that hurt me, you name it, all of those kind of things. It just comes literally like a tidal wave. It just splashes all over you. Okay, it just engulfs you and envelops you psychologically and astrally. But again, that was back then. I've grown significantly stronger now, so hence that. And like I've said so many times, for the 1001 time or the 1001st time, no pain, no gain for me. Okay, it doesn't matter to me how far I have to go or how far I have to push myself. For me, this is all part of who I am, so I'm not complaining. But in any case, now you guys know how it works. Okay, you can simply you can also compare it to kind of like a string or an elastic. Okay, which automatically has an elastic shooting effect. Okay, when you wake up, you can feel jarred astrally because of what I just explained. It's like when you're pulling an elastic back. Okay, a piece of kind of like just a piece of elastic. Okay, I don't have anything with me right now, otherwise I'd show you guys. You can just pull it back. Hold on, let me just check. Yeah, I have that. I happen to have an elastic with me. Elastic overall. Okay, this is what happens. Okay, this is your normal state when you're awake, when you're lucid and awake and everything. Okay, when you go to sleep, okay, this is what happens automatically to your physical body and your astral body. Okay, now when you wake up again, everything goes back to that, but before you're able to become lucid again and you're in a normal state, physically as well as astrally, this happens. See? And that is that jarring experience that you can experience or feel. Okay, especially when you're afflicted either astrally or physically. So imagine that. Okay, imagine just literally having a huge wound on your foot or anything. Sleep provides temporary relief. When you're awake, when you're lucid, it hurts, but it doesn't hurt that bad, depending on the development regarding the state of your wound. Okay, how far along it is in the healing process. but you'll experience it, okay, when you've just woken up in the morning. You're literally, your eyes are still sticking to, okay, your eyelids are still sticky and so on. The first thing that you're going to feel is, God, that wound. It's like the pain just rushes towards you, boom, and it just smacks you in the face. That is what you're experiencing, okay? That's this, okay? That kind of like that recoil-like effect. And it's the same astrally, okay? If you were, for example, something horrible happened to you that traumatized you, you were raped, or you were in a car and you experienced one hell of a car crash that left you so scared that you can hardly set foot in a car again, or you flinch the second a guy just touches you on the shoulder or something, if you're a woman, for example, then imagine that, okay? Okay, when you wake up in the morning, it is possible all of a sudden that you'll naturally flinch, or that you'll just, if you're still afflicted like that psychologically or astrally, you'll naturally flinch, and you'll just like a reflex say something, no, get off, something like that. See, that's exactly what I mean, and that's why it happens. In any case, now you guys know. That's all. Thanks for watching. Bye.